dramatic, but I haven't left my house today. I only left my house to talk to you about Summer House. It's the only thing important to me this week. And I missed you. We're back for the summer. Let's get into another episode of Not to Be Dramatic. I'm not even going to lie to you. There are no segments today. I don't care about anything but this reunion. We're talking part one, and I have to bring in someone very important to me, and you will know why very quickly. My friend Joey is here to talk to me about, talk with me about the reunion, because for many reasons. One, you and I went to grad school together.
Correct.
Me, you, two other ladies, we pulled each other through that experience. So we're trauma bonded. But also you and I spend lots of one-on-one time together speaking about Bravo reality television.
Correct.
We have not talked about Summer House yet. We wanted this to be an authentic discussion. You also were a reality TV producer.
Correct.
So I have so many questions for you from that perspective as well. So Joey, welcome. I love you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Okay.
I'm so excited.
We're just going to go down a road for 30 minutes. We're just going to try our best to keep it to 30 because I could do this for hours. I'm going to start from the beginning.
Okay.
Do you, first of all, as a producer, believe that Lindsay and Kyle found out about this in a confessional, or are they amazing actors?
Well, Kyle automatically sort of revealed it because he said he had a conversation with Amanda the night before.
Right.
So I don't think Lindsay and Kyle were caught by surprise.
Right.
I think everybody else was.
Got it.
Because I think they definitely, because they've also used it now in the city, and they've used it.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, they've used it. Yeah,
100%. Okay.
Yeah. But I think it was partly because Kyle, I wouldn't be surprised that Kyle mentioned it. Like, they didn't know it was happening, but Kyle mentioned they had that him and Amanda had that conversation, and then they were like, we're going to do something.
Yeah. This. And maybe they didn't know the exact time it would drop, but they knew that it was going. Okay,
correct.
Fine. That's fair.
Guess.
I'll accept that. And I also, this is a minuscule detail, but the fact that everyone's on the phone like at once, but not Ciara, do you think that was producers being like, we don't want Ciara in? Like, is that a producer moment?
No, I think that was Ciara.
She couldn't
be involved.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the producers probably respecting that moment.
Fair, which people say that reality TV producers don't have respect.
We do have respect.
Fine.
They probably reached out to her and said, do you want to talk about this? Do you want to like get involved? And she said no. And they said, and they pushed probably one or two more times.
We go. Okay.
But once she said no, it was respected.
Okay. So fast forwarding now to them actually being at the reunion. Andy is obviously doing what he does, asking people, how is it going? How are you? His conversation with Ciara, when is expected.
Yeah.
He goes to talk to West and Amanda.
Yeah.
Are they high? Is it the beta block curse? Do I need their anxiety medication? Like, they seemed too calm. Do you think that they were prepared? Do you think they don't care? Like, what is that sentiment?
I felt like, well, first of all, I felt like I needed to take a I was this close to taking a Klonopin before I watched the reunion. I was like, I kept putting it off because I was like, I can't do this. And the only reason I didn't was because I actually had to continue to work that day. Okay,
yeah.
But
I
have notes.
Yes, you do.
I wrote, West, I feel zen. What the fuck?
Crazy.
And then I wrote, Amanda is medicated.
1,000,000%. Even the way she was like slow blinking, I was like, are you with us?
She was not with us.
I
was like, she is on something to keep her calm and relaxed.
And Andy was like, you two seem calm. Like, even he was disturbed by it. And he couldn't, like, accuse them of anything as their boss. But, like, I'm sitting there like, hello, wake up. Like, what's going on here? Okay, glad
I especially thought Amanda was medicated. I think
West is just emotionless.
West doesn't know how to process his emotions. So it just comes off as this awkward
Yes. And I will preface, not that I need a reason to have beef with West, as most women do at this moment, but I undergrad went to University of Missouri. West is from Mizzou. And so all of like my Mizzou girly pops have been texting me like he's so Mizzou. Like this is what they are like.
Oh my
Even
God.
Clayton from The Bachelor.
Yeah.
Went, I can't remember if he was just from Missouri and went to Mizzou, but all the
Yeah.
Mizzou girls are like he's on Hinge. Like they all behave this way. Okay, this is he is a case study. Like let's be very clear about this. Okay. So starting the reunion, I was obviously irritated right off the bat because Amanda's like, I'm here to take accountability.
Yeah.
And she was like, you know, I want to apologize to Kyle and Ciara. And Ciara says, well, glad you could say our names this time. And Amanda goes, what? And I'm like, I don't know where you're from. But if you want me, you want to fight. And this reunion just started, but I will fight you.
Well, Ciara, I have to say, Ciara was, to quote Lindsay Hubbard, Mother Hubbard.
Yes.
Ciara was activated from the jump.
As she should be.
As she should be.
Yes.
And it was so refreshing. I loved every moment of it.
Yes.
But I'm going to take 2 steps back
to
say one of the things that Amanda said in the dressing room, I made a note.
Please.
Because she said, we're just here. She said something around like, we're just here to,
are you going to say the word timeline to me?
Well, no, I'm not going to say timeline. She says, there's nothing new to be shared today.
You're right.
And I said, what?
Joey, again, back to like, whatever you're on, give me 3 doses.
Like, there's nothing. You think you have explained this situation. You think we all understand.
We still can't figure out if you have a publicist who wrote your statement, if you even remember that Ciara was your friend. Like, you all talk about timelines so much as if we care, but only because you're lying.
Yes.
But not because that's the most important part. The most important part is that this girl was your friend. She stood by you. She defended you even to your husband. Exactly. And that was not enough for you to not date her ex-boyfriend.
Exactly.
And like they can't seem to like acknowledge that.
No.
I also want to step back because I forgot one of the most important parts of this, which is West giving his, you know, he thinks it's an Oscar-worthy performance of, I just found out my phone got hacked. And it's like, you and your mullet gotta stop. Nobody's buying that. Like, that had to be fake. And I don't even think the producers made him do that. I think whoever his fake publicist is told him to do that.
Well, that reinforced the fact that I think they were on something. Or because I was like, how can you both sit there? You just got a bunch of nudes released and just like, well, that's just not the best thing to happen right before a reunion. And I'm like,
yeah.
What?
I'm honestly shocked Andy wasn't like, come on.
Like,
come on.
Are we? And then Amanda had the gall to say, well, you've never sent me any nudes.
Right. 100%.
Which I can't tell if that was like, she was trying to be funny or she's that tone deaf.
I think it's tone deaf. I do.
You do?
I do.
I was like,
sorry.
I feel like you're just not funny, but you think you're funny. Again, when she had her page, when she had her like, I'm trying to be Paige in my interviews.
That was hard to watch.
That was hard to watch. And that felt like a Paige moment where I'm like, no, honey. No,
it's
honey.
not funny. And
it's
them just sitting there giggling like had me fuming. And like, I get Jessie.
Yeah.
I get it's awkward for everyone. So I'm not blaming Jessie. But I'm like, Jessie.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to go back to.
Yes. So Ciara, I agree. Those were fighting words from Amanda saying like, what?
That's what I knew right away. Like, oh, she's not apologizing because she's not sorry. And she's like coming here to fight, which like, I feel like West had insinuated that on his podcast, which like, I know I'm being a hypocrite, but like, do we give mics to everybody? Like he should not be podcasting at this moment. But that gets to one of my hot takes for later. But what I also want to get into, the moment that had me like screaming bloody murder in my apartment, and I'm going to skip some things, is that when they were going through the timeline, that they didn't hook up until after the statement came out, the Chat GPT alleged statement. What is there a chance in hell that that's true?
I don't understand it at all. First of all, I don't understand when we're saying we were just talking. What is that? Is that a thing we say now?
And first of all,
is that a thing we say?
What the question I can't remember exactly the question, but Andy was like, when did you kiss for the first time? Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
when did you hook up for
yeah.
And so Andy was like, had you hooked up at that point? West says, yes, 100%. And that's when Amanda at the same time goes, no, we were just talking. And I'm like, you didn't even rehearse before you got here?
I know. And I don't understand the, like, I don't understand the definition of we were just talking.
Honestly,
like,
I have sat in this very seat and argued with a matchmaker about it. And like, we were on the same team, but we were just irritated by like,
I'm
what
like,
does that even mean?
You're seeing each other. You're spending time together. You're dating. I'm just talking to each other. That's what you do with like a pen pal. Like if you're DMing somebody on Instagram and you haven't met them in person. I'll go with that.
Sure. But even if you're in your 30s, you know when you're going to meet up with that person. Otherwise, they're a joke to you, which is the point.
Yes, exactly.
1,000,000% the point.
But yeah, I don't believe, I find it hard to believe, but I might be jumping to my hot take.
Is it, how far ahead are you jumping?
No, this is in relation to this.
Do it.
Okay, I wrote, hot take. I can understand why they thought how they were handling this was right.
Please explain it to me because I don't see it.
But they were obviously incredibly wrong, which is to say they released the statement. If their timeline is true, sorry to use the word timeline.
Fine. Take a shot every time you say timeline.
If what they're saying, their timeline is true and they hadn't slept together, mind-boggling. I don't know why you would do this, but okay. Then you release the statement so that you've done your job to be like, we hadn't done anything yet, but they literally slept together the night they released the statement.
It's almost like you're saying martyr style. Like,
yes, that's what I'm saying.
They're going to beat us up anyway.
Exactly.
So
that's what I'm saying.
That's twisted enough to be believable.
That's what I'm saying. And I was like, what? I mean, obviously it was all wrong. They needed to have individual conversations. Like the fact that she was dodging Ciara on her texts.
Girl,
clearly,
with your location still on.
And
have you never? You are the dumbest snake to ever snake if your location is still on.
Which,
when
by
you're
the
doing
way,
shady things. Everyone turns their location off when they do shady things.
Exactly. Well, I also don't share my locations with anybody. Nobody knows.
Alex is like, girl, wait, did you admit to being sneaky? Yes.
Nobody needs to know where I am.
No, I unfortunately share my location with lots of people, but that's because if you're a woman dating in America, people just need to know where you are.
Well, I'm
but
clearly dumb and I just don't
stop.
care.
No, okay.
But so I don't believe, I think it's, I mean, how can you?
It's believable because they're not going about any of this in a smart
it's believable. It's also not believable because I would never do any of this.
But especially not if you're hooking up with him.
But if you haven't slept with somebody,
and he's not your boyfriend,
like,
and you're still legally married, by the way,
done so much better if they had these individual conversations. Fuck the press. Who cares what anybody else saying? Have those individual conversations. And again, I think the fact that they're together is stupid and nonsense. And like, there's a whole other theory behind that.
But this is interesting. You're saying that there is a way that they could have gone about this respectfully.
I think there's a way that they could have. I think it still would have caused problems. And I but I think the way they went about it made it exponentially worse. I think there's a world where if Amanda was upfront with Ciara from the get-go and saying, hey, I don't know what's going on. I'm struggling. Wes has been there for me. And I'm like starting to have feelings for him. Mm-hmm. And it's weirding me out. Like, I don't know what to do about it. I'm talking to you about it because you matter to me. And I care about how you feel. I'm actually like uncomfortable at these feelings.
Yeah.
Because I'm uncertain about those feelings. But I'm kind of want to pursue it because I'm fucking lonely. But beside the point, and I don't know how to be alone. But that's the subtext of that.
I do still think, though, the root of that is you don't care about me.
Yes.
Like, if you even have the ability to even let that be a thought in your mind that could possibly, potentially, maybe, probably be possible, then you don't actually love me. And it's like, it would be one thing if we were just party friends, but like, you have dried my tears.
Yes.
And like, there are still diabolical scenes to come
in
the city of the three of them hanging out. And Amanda, like, the timeline doesn't match up.
The timeline's not matching.
They would have been hanging out.
Yeah.
And she's sitting there saying West has wanted this his whole life, and West even looks uncomfortable.
Yes.
Like, one of my hot takes is I feel like West I have two hot takes on different
Yeah.
sides of this, right? One is that Wes is just along for the ride and Amanda is deluluing this thing through. And
Yes.
like, I think that Wes is willing to be whatever whatever she wants him to be so that he can just ride the wave, as Lindsay was saying. Like, you
Yes,
get
I
clout
think
from being with
Lindsay
Amanda
nailed
right now.
it, like,
100%. So
perfectly.
part of it is like Wes at every moment being like, why are you saying that? Why are you doing that? Why
Yeah.
are you pushing me and Ciara closer together
Yeah.
when you know what we're doing behind
Yeah.
closed doors? Like, I
Yeah.
feel like I've seen that in his face a
Yeah,
couple
yeah,
of
yeah,
times.
yeah.
On the other side, the other conspiracy theory I wanted to run by you is that West masterminded this whole thing to get attention.
Man.
On one hand, I see the people who are saying there's no way that he could have thought that far ahead and like been that smart to
Yeah.
orchestrate this. On the other hand, is it that complicated of a plan?
Well, okay, I don't know. So I've heard some of those theories, and I gotta say, I kind of agree with it, but I keep coming back to he can't be that smart. He can't be that diabolical. Who is that diabolical? But the white knight syndrome of seeing the the delusion of
Amanda and Kyle.
Amanda and Kyle's relationship, how he was treating her. He could come in as a white knight and be the good guy after being the bad guy.
Sure.
And also he's and he's playing along with Ciara because that way he's also that good guy.
Sure.
And seeing that
was the nastiest part, but
yeah,
we'll get to
that's
that.
oh god, so nasty. And that I think he came in as a white knight and saw an opportunity. Man, I find it hard to believe that he's that smart. I really do. But I think he might be he can't help himself to do these things because this is what I see with him is more like he's that type of guy. And I know this type of guy. He's the type of guy who says all the right, like you see him in interviews, even what he said on the couch and Lindsay called him out on it, which is like, he really gets you because he says all the things that you think you want to hear. And then, but none of his actions.
That's what I was going to say. What has he actually done?
Back it up.
And do you know when I laughed out loud last night was when Kyle was going through being like, you took me to your ranch, I met your parents, we were traveling together. I'm like, this is the same speech that Ciara gave last year. He's wooing all of you. He's equal opportunity.
Like, is this his move?
Yes,
flies
this
people
is his
out
move.
to
You
Missouri.
all are going to the Missouri ranch and meeting his parents, but none of you mean anything to him, by the way. So my other question to you about that was maybe he can't mastermind it, but did a producer perhaps get in his mind at one point and be like, hey, West, the way this is going, she might get the Ariana Madix edit. You could ride that wave. I've heard like there were Dumois, I think, like blind items saying that he's like, I could get traders off of this. Like he's kind of trying to plan his trajectory off Tom Sandoval.
Gross.
So, like, I don't think he could originate it.
So he wants to be Tom Sandoval.
Yeah, because
he wants to be the heel? Because that's ridiculous. Because Kyle had the Tom Sandoval, like, trajectory. That was what was supposed to happen. Like,
yeah,
and somehow we now feel bad for Kyle, which is wild.
Well, that's a whole nother thing.
that's a whole other thing.
That's a whole nother thing. But I don't know. I wouldn't equate Kyle to Tom Sandoval. I think Kyle has always been the villain and he has settled into it and we have accepted him as such. And like, I don't know.
I just don't know what I just don't know what West, if it was The Bachelor, you know, and because that's how we produce The Bachelor, I don't see them producing Summer House that way to say.
In what way? What do you mean?
Like to say she's gonna get the Ariana, Madix edit.
Oh, go after
because
her.
Also they were done filming. After
they were filming in the city though. And
they were filming in the city. But that's different. But they weren't. But they couldn't make him do those things
for Summer House.
At least for dating her. You know, maybe being the white knight going in and being like that guy. Like I said, I think there could have been a producer saying like, "This is your opportunity to like win some people fucking over after everything." Although I don't think he needed to win people over. I think there were a lot of people that were annoyed by him. with
and he was
Ciara.
doing and saying all the right things with Ciara, but even that, I think, is giving him too much credit, because even with Ciara, so many of his statements were about himself.
Well,
He's
that's
like, my life is easier when we're good. I like it better in the house when we get along. Like, he never was saying, like, I hate when you're hurt. I don't want to see you like that. I didn't even see until recently the clip of him on a podcast before the season came out, where the interviewer asked him, like, who would you fire from the season? And he said, well, Ciara, so that the vibes in the house are better. Like, he genuinely felt that her reaction to his betrayal was like damaging the show. And it's just like, do you not see that bringing straight men onto Bravo is the problem? How do we not see the common denominator?
Oh my God.
Like, this show has always been entertaining.
Yeah.
He has blown up this franchise twice now in like 3 years in unimaginable ways.
But also with a similar theme, right?
Totally.
It's like clout chasing. Again, I don't want to.
You want to climb the ladder,
like, I don't.
As Lindsay said.
Like, I don't know. I do think he saw an opportunity. I just don't think
he had a plan.
Yeah, I don't think he had a plan, because I don't think he's that smart.
Yeah. So I keep seeing people in the comments of videos saying, like, after all of this is done and In the City is done, that they don't want to see Wes and Amanda on TV anymore. One, do you believe that people would no longer watch them on TV? And as a producer, are you like, okay, we need to give this time, or they do need to go, we need new energy? Like, we'll talk about the future of Summer House in a second, but like Amanda and West on TV, is it still marketable or no? Like, would people hate watch it?
I think people definitely would hate watch it. I don't think, my problem is I don't actually think Amanda's that interesting to begin with.
Honey, so, like, summer should be fun.
Summer should be fun. You know what, Amanda?
Not fun. Honey, when they were talking about how she doesn't have friends, that was probably one of the, I gagged most during that, because she was like, you guys don't think I have other friends? And they all said no. And they all named the one person. I was like,
Katie. And
that also... Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Katie DeLuca. Shout out to her. I don't know who she is, but they named her last night. But I also found it interesting in that moment, and this is like my ADHD that undiagnosed. Sorry, I'm diagnosing myself. I thought about Paige in that moment. No one even named Paige as her friend.
No.
Paige hasn't said anything, though, about Amanda specifically.
Not Amanda specifically. So she said something about Ciara.
I don't think Paige is going to speak on this publicly. She's like, thank God I got out in time. Yeah. But do you think that they're still friends? Because I kind of do. I don't see Paige being like, in behind closed doors, being like, I'm not friends with you anymore for something you didn't do to me.
I agree. I think Paige is that kind of like friend that at least tries to be a mediator, tries to be, not pick sides necessarily, but I also think this has drastically changed her relationship with her. Like, I don't think she's as close. I think she's probably, if it were me, that's how I would treat it. Like,
I would struggle with that, I would struggle,
Ciara. And I get that for Ciara. Like, and I would struggle with, and I think that would be a struggle for Paige. So like, I don't know. Like but I think, so going back to like, well, you heard the rumor that they were going to do a Summer House Ozarks, right?
Yes. Yeah. Which, like, as someone, again, who went to school in Missouri, I was like, where?
Why? Which I was like, no. I feel like the Ozarks time had passed. Which, by the way, let's just...
Was there an Ozark
Well, I just mean, like, when the show Ozark existed, at least
was it ever the place?
I feel like there was some general curiosity, at least for me, being a West Coast, East Coast person who has never gone to that part of the country.
There's a reason for that.
This place looks nice, / you know, they sell drugs there.
Exactly.
But But funny if it's true, which is, did Bravo also fall under the spell of West? Meaning he said, let me bring you out and meet my parents.
Yeah, he took him to the ranch in Missouri. What are you? Stop going there. Stop going there. And honestly, actually, I'll take it back a bit. West dad does appear to be an attractive
He
Missouri
seems very
man.
nice, and his
He
mom's a
seems very cute.
gynecologist.
Yes, and his mom. Exactly. What's not to love?
What's not to love about his parents?
But no, I mean, I will say, I think that you're right there because Andy and West have bonded over being from Missouri. They've gone to sporting events in their jerseys together. I think that he may have wooed Andy a bit.
I think he wooed them, and he probably did invite the producers out, and they were like, this is cool. We could do something with this. I don't know if, I think there's a world where that show could still happen. People would hate watch that.
Ozarks.
Yeah, the Ozark, Summer House Ozarks.
I don't know.
I think there's a world for that. I think that's a big risk for Bravo, and I don't know why. I don't know if they would take that.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, and then the Amanda part of it, like, I just don't think Ciara would want to shoot with them. And
that's what happened. Like Vanderpump, they squeezed out one more season,
and I think it was a disaster, and then everybody hated it.
100%. I mean, I liked it, but that's because I had watched that show from day one. So like we kind of needed a resolution.
Yeah.
But here a lot of people are watching it just because it's a trending topic right now. And so it's like, I don't know that they would, especially if In the City's actually going to tie a bow on it. Like West claims that he and Kyle just filmed together.
Yes.
I would like to see that because Kyle is still trolling in the comments.
Yes. Oh, Kyle
about West.
Is living in the comments.
Kyle is now activated, which I would like to know what activated him because he's been like trying to.
Well, he's been like Amanda's defender because he still loves her. Like, and
does she love you?
Oh, honey, she doesn't love him.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Or she loves she might. She's not in love with him. I'm sure she still cares deeply for him. As somebody who also ended a long-term relationship where I could see so much of that resentment. Like, it was hard to watch the demise of their relationship as somebody who went through a demise of their long-term marriage relationship.
But I felt from her that she did not love him per se. I think she was just used to their life together.
Yes, agreed.
Which is fair. Like, people go through. I don't know. It wasn't as hard for me to watch because we all knew it was going to happen. Yeah. But I will say that I do think that Kyle, he was not good in their relationship. No. I do think that he is showing that he deeply loved her. I honestly think that he would be handling the divorce way worse.
Yes.
And would be a bit nastier almost
I agree
if
with
it
you.
wasn't unfolding in a way that was so embarrassing, which I can't even completely explain the psychology behind that, but I think that that's kind of messed up.
No, I agree with you. I think it's wild. And again, Andy said it at the top of the thing where it's like, you thought you were going to be on the hot seat.
Yeah. And he had some ugly episodes.
Yeah. And here's the difference between like, I have actually always been a Kyle apologist. And here's what I'll say.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know. Real quick. I think he's a trash human being. Let me be clear. But here's the difference between somebody like Kyle and someone like West for me.
Sure.
Which is Kyle, I always understood who he was.
Totally.
And
he was honest about it.
And he was always honest about it. And he said what he was going to do and he did it. He acted like an asshole, and he was.
Yes.
Like, he never claimed anything other than what he did. So I understand. Kyle is what you see is what you get.
Yes,
I get
and
him.
she married Kyle for who he was.
Yes. Well, she married Kyle for who she wanted Kyle to be.
Sure, but her dad told her this is not a good idea, and he said it on camera, by the way.
But West, as I said, West is the worst for me because it is so triggering. Somebody who says all the right things, tricks you, and then never actually does the things he says he's going to do.
And then you react, and he's like, what?
What? But I was saying it. But it's like, yeah, but you didn't do
any of it. Yeah. Also, honorable mention, Carl, amazing performance.
Oh my God. The birthday comment?
The singing happy birthday analogy. Sorry, I burped. It was so good. The singing happy birthday analogy.
Also, when he was so proud of
it was brilliant. Even Lindsay was like, that was good.
Yeah.
Also, when
he looked good too.
He looks great.
He's grown into his teeth.
Agree.
His new teeth.
Agree. Also, when Ciara was saying, like, you're still married to the state of New York, and he goes, New Jersey.
New Jersey.
I don't know why I love that so much.
I did.
It. Also,
Kyle liked it.
Jesse, amazing performance yesterday when he said all rise, and then he's actually like, why lie? Like, you could tell Jesse, is not in a Tom Schwartz type
No,
situation. Like he genuinely, he had a hunch and he probably went to them like, what's going on?
Yeah, and I mean, he said he did. He says,
Yeah.
I texted them multiple times and they
Yeah.
basically lied to me.
Yeah, 100%.
I felt, oh my God, I just wanted to give KJ a hug. Sorry, now we're bouncing
No,
down the thing. But
KJ is so amazing. He's the kind of person you want on reality television.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't feel like I've ever seen anyone as vulnerable
He's
as
so
him.
sweet.
Yet so cool and
Yes.
so cute and so
Yes.
relatable. Like, I adore
and
him.
masculine and
Agree.
all the other things. But like him just saying like, I was supposed to go to that Yankee game with him, and they were like, "Why didn't you?" Well, we're not friends anymore.
He's very matter of fact. When he
He
said
was
there's
like-
been some fraudulent activity, I was like, exactly. This feels like a bank statement, but yes,
Yeah,
there has been
exactly.
fraudulent activity.
Exactly.
I want to end with the end of the episode
Okay.
because that is what I have seen the most
Yes.
online. I was surprised that Kyle saying that, you know, Ciara talking about like, actually, I do think they make sense together
Yeah.
because Amanda's never going to call him out.
Yeah.
She's going to let him be the star
Yeah.
of the relationship. I was watching that. I actually I thought it made logical sense what she was saying, but
Yeah.
I did not expect Kyle to like defend Amanda in that moment
Yeah.
to Ciara. Were you surprised by it?
I was a little surprised by it, but in true Kyle fashion, it's partly
About him.
Yes.
Yes. Amen.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's like to him that also reflects badly on him,
Exactly.
and so I think
Because he benefited from that behavior.
Yeah,
Yes.
and he's like, I didn't let that happen in my marriage. He's like, yeah, you did. You
And
know?
what's also
And
crazy,
she's allowing it too. It's not like two people have to
100%.
participate in that. So like, I'm not putting the onus on either of them
Yeah.
completely. Like,
and
but
also like, why couldn't West spoke like 10 words the whole
as
episode.
always, he
But-
said he was gonna come in and he had something to say, and he never fucking says anything.
And like to not even be like, guys, can we chill out on Amanda? Again, not saying that we should chill out on Amanda,
No,
but the
but-
fact that he couldn't come up with any words to say in that
No.
moment is
He never
like, kind of
defended.
insane.
Well, I mean, Ciara called him out. I'm like, your man's not even saying anything.
Yeah, your man's not defending you now,
Yeah.
huh? Like,
Yeah.
I want to put "huh" as my bio on every social media platform. Okay, so at the end of every episode, we do not to be dramatic, and we put sunglasses on. Okay. So, do you have yours?
I do.
Do you believe in it, or do you
I
need
do.
a new
I
one?
feel good.
Okay.
I feel good
You
about
go
it.
first.
All right, not to be messy, but I actually think Sabrina, Ben's girlfriend that was the
His
girlfriend, his missus, is partly responsible for Ciara's heartbreak.
Explain.
Because she pushed as soon as West and Ciara made up, she was trying to organize double dates because she's desperate and kind of nuts. And
I liked her.
She was so thirsty to be on camera. So thirsty
But
to be on
At
camera.
least she did it the right way. She knew to be a girly pop
Sure,
to do it.
sure,
Other
sure.
girls have tried to go.
Sure. And she seemed
other
to genuinely like Ciara. I'm not saying she
Totally.
didn't genuinely like
No,
Ciara.
I'm with you.
But she got very excited that there was another couple, because obviously Kyle and Amanda weren't a couple, and wanted to push them together, confuse Ciara, and then also revealed some information that Ben had shared with her about what West had said, which
To him
was
in private, yes.
to him in private about how he missed her and thinks she's magical, which is a weird thing to say about a person. And
Which, by the way, Wes probably is also strategically telling Ben, so it gets back to Ciara, by the way.
exactly.
Thank
So
you.
I think
I've dated a
Sabrina.
narcissist.
So Sabrina, I think, has some culpability in Ciara's
Interesting.
pain and confusing Ciara.
Fine.
Because I think Ciara was prepared to continue to keep her walls up.
Totally.
And then there are all these voices in her ear going like, well, by voices, I just mean Sabrina, because she seemed very loud and in your face. As a person who is very loud and in your face. So I'm not, there's no,
screaming.
I get it.
Yeah.
So that's my
Okay.
hot take.
Fine.
Mhm.
I receive your hot take, and I think that you made valid points. I'm trying to figure out how hot I want to go. Not to be messy, but I don't think Amanda would have ever done this to Paige.
Ooh, I totally agree. But tell me why.
And you're gonna look at me and say, "Don't make this about race." I am.
I would have.
I am.
I would have.
I must.
I think you
Because
should.
there is no planet where she would give up her respect for Paige just as a human being, because clearly friendships don't matter to her.
Mm.
But I think as a human, you see Paige in a better light than you see Ciara for whatever reason, even though they
Correct.
have both been amazing friends to you. You have more respect for Paige. Why is that? You make your own assumptions, and I have already made mine. And I will say that that is what I think the crux of this issue has been, is that you would have never done this to your white friend who was a part of your trio with you, but you so easily do to Ciara, and then you're pissed that she's hurt by it. Like, that is just so disrespectful in so many different ways. So that is me taking this as hot as I possibly can.
I agree with your hot take. I would also add a layer to it, which
Please.
is Paige. There's opportunity with Paige, or there was a media, like there were always an opportunity with Paige. She
Being
was
friends with Paige was a come up.
was a come up, was clout, you know, because she
Mm.
had things going on. You know, it was clear that she was building something.
Yeah, versus Ciara was
versus Ciara.
competition.
Exactly.
Nasty.
And what she overplayed her hand because she thought she was gonna get the Ariana Madix edit, but guess who got it? Ciara.
Totally.
And Ciara's now. Yeah,
Yes.
she didn't play it right.
And my half one that I was going to do,
Mm.
which I've seen some places, so I want to validate, is
Mhm.
I do think in some ways there, you can't compare them, but in some ways I do think this is worse than Scandival in that West did this shit on purpose.
I think that's fair.
Sandoval genuinely thought that he was listening to his heart. Like, I'm not justifying it. It
No,
was
I get
awful.
it. It's the
But like, Sandoval didn't know that he would end up in the New York Times for doing this. West knew it was possible, and he did it
Correct.
anyway. He could see the case study and tried to replicate it, and that is nasty because you knew that Ciara would be hurt by that. You knew that it would hurt the future of the show, or you could have at least guessed that it might, and you did it anyway for your own gain. And I hope no one is watching your podcast, and I hope that you do not know peace as long as you are out here hurting women. And I'm sorry, Lord, I'll find a better way to end that on a good note some other time. But that is really how I feel.
No,
you
I
can't
agree.
go out hurting people like that.
I agree. I think he doesn't. He, like I said, I don't even think it's that he's that calculating. He
just doesn't care.
He just doesn't care.
Yes.
And he just wants what he wants when he wants it.
Yes.
And that's worse in a lot of ways. Because I mean, there's ways that you can sort of not forgive, but like excuse somebody who's just like driven.
Yeah.
And he's driven, but like in a way that is really gross.
How do you produce your way out of this? What does Summer House look like? I mean, it's summer. It's about to be summer now, so we don't know if they're going to film.
Yeah, I don't know their plans. I think that Ciara had one of the best. This was her best season.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. But not just because of the West stuff, like that she really opened up. I think having that
she bought the property.
She brought the property. I think having KJ and Mia in the house was a big
shout out to Mia. We haven't mentioned Mia.
God,
Mia, you're a phenomenal addition to the show.
She's an amazing, beautiful,
rookie of the decade.
Friend.
Yes.
And I think being able to not be the only Black person, certainly a Black woman in that house, made a big difference.
Agree.
And I think I would want to see that again.
Yeah.
I want to see Kyle. Because
love
to hate him.
Yeah.
And I don't want to, in this case, I don't want to see West and Amanda. I think if anything, kind of to the Vanderpump example, it's like, then you're just doing this thing where people aren't filming with each other.
And who wants to watch that?
Like, we've done this. We've done that with Vanderpump. We did it with Potomac, where like half the cast wouldn't, and it was a disaster. And like, it's just like, that's your job.
Yeah.
And I understand if you don't want to do that, but then get off the show.
Yeah, then you're not doing your job.
Then you're not doing your job.
Yeah, sure.
And I can respect
Which, by the way, was a hot take on Vanderpump. Like, I sided with Lala.
I sided with Lala too.
But that's a whole nother conversation that we won't start
and
right
I didn't even watch that show, but I knew enough about it. And I saw that clip and I said, Lala's right.
I agree.
They are
and people told me I was crazy in the comments. But I'm sorry. A job is a job and you signed up to do it. But anyway.
But yeah, I would probably leave them on the cutting room floor. And this is where, if you want to take that risk with the Ozarks and let him do that,
please
that's how you keep him on the screen. But I just think it won't be fun to watch. It will just be
No,
toxic.
summer won't be fun if you do
Like, it will
that.
also be like The Valley with Jax and being disgusting,
And I
and
don't care for
like,
that
and
either.
then at the end of it, everybody will be like, "Why did we give them a platform?" And it's like,
Yeah.
because they
'Cause you
pushed
were
it too
watching
far.
it, yeah.
Yeah, and because you pushed it too far.
Yeah.
Mm, you know, the juice was not worth the
Yeah.
squeeze with all that said
Joey,
and done.
thank you.
Yes, my love.
We did it.
We
So
did
we'll be
it.
back again.
I think we have too much to talk about. We have
No,
to come.
I know, 100%. Okay, guys, not to be dramatic. We were here, we made it, and I don't know, what do I say? Not to be dramatic, but don't climb that ladder too high because you can be brought down. We will see you next time. Bye.